it's time to hang up the mic and pick up the camera instead. I decided to take it up seriously. That activity that I took a photo of doesn't happen anymore in town. It means a lot to me. My name's Kalenga. Well, most people, they call me Kalenga, but the correct pronunciation is Kalenga from Northwestern. It's Kalenga Eldridge Nkonge, aka Bonkoti. Bonkoti is a name that I use in my photography. I usually get asked, like, which are your favorite, somebody asked me, maybe, can you name 5 of your favorite photos? And it's a difficult question to answer. I say difficult because I don't really have I can't pick these are my 5 ultimate favorite photos that I've ever taken. What I can pick is 5 photos that I like at the moment. So meaning that these are 5 photos that I'm feeling at the moment, but maybe after some time they might change. So at the moment, these will probably be my 5 favorite photos at the moment. The first one is a photo that I've titled "At the Cross." I took this photo of the Charleston, I believe it's the Charleston Catholic Church. I live in Avondale, which is pretty near where the church is. And I think for some time, the church has been undergoing renovations. I think they've been extending it. And I remember one time I drove past the church and they've now put this huge, it's like a cross in the front of the church. It's part of the church building. And the cross is made of glass. And one time I drove past it and there was a light inside the church. And like I said, the cross is on the front of the church. And there was a light inside the church and you could see it from outside. And it caught my eye. And so I remember I told my wife that, hey, I'm going out. Because I do this thing of going out at night sometimes to take what I call night photography. So I remember it must have been on a Friday night. I told about 19 hours. I told my wife, "Hey, listen, I just want to go out take some photos." And I drove out, and I went to the church, and got out of the car and started taking pictures of the church, of the cross and the church. And I remember when I was taking the photos, there was a bunch of young guys who were walking past. And they also, I think they also liked the cross. So they decided to take, I think one of them had a phone and they stood in front of the church and in front of the cross. And they were taking pictures of themselves in front of the church and the cross. And then I was in front of them. So as they were taking pictures, I also took a picture of them taking pictures of themselves in front of the church. So I have this particular image, which I call "At the Cross," is an image of these young guys taking pictures of themselves in front of the church. And I think it's the light from the cross and just the scene of these young guys as well standing in front of the church. I think there's something about it that I really like. My next one would be one that I call Banja. Coincidentally, for this photo, I actually used my phone. I didn't use my camera. I love going in town, Freedom Way, Cha-Cha-Cha. I've taken so many pictures there. I've been there a number of times. I remember one time, this particular time, I went out with the intention of not specifically going to take photos. I was doing something in town, but then I had my phone with me. And I was walking along, that was Freedom Way. And there were these ladies who were coming from Lusaka City Market. It was about 7 or 8 in the morning. So they had these ladies who go and order things from the market, and they were putting them on buses to take them, I suppose, to their various destinations. So I stood there, and there was just something about the scene. It was the colors of the bus and the activity of the people, the ladies offloading their goods, and the young guys helping them put their things on a bus. And so I took a number of pictures of what was happening. And one of the reasons that this photo means, well, is special to me is, well, unbeknownst to me at the moment, or at that particular time, that day when I was taking those photos was the last day that street vendors and buses were allowed on Freedom Way. Because I remember that same day when I went home, the next day, council police came in and removed all the street vendors from Freedom Way, and I suppose not just Freedom Way, all the street vendors in town. And so I know that activity that I took a photo of doesn't happen anymore in town, because, like I said, the day that I took that particular photo was the last day that activity, street vending and people loading, bus drivers loading buses along Freedom Way, that was the last time that it was allowed in town. So yeah, it means a lot to me. I like that particular one. The third one would be one that I took in Chainda Market. And like I said, I live in Avondale, which is very near to Chainda Market. It's near Chainda. And I like to go in the market and take pictures whenever I can. On this particular night, I'd gone out. I was walking through the market, and I think I'm pretty sure it was my camera, not my phone. I had my camera with me, and I was walking past. I was just about to exit the market when there was a shop that was open, and I suppose it was the colors. They had these reds, and there was some red tomatoes that they had displayed on the table. And I think there was also some yellow, orange coming from the shop. So I went and I stood at a distance, and I use I hope I don't bore you with this technical stuff. I use a 60mm lens, which is wide. And so yeah, I use it most of the time. So I took a photo using the 60mm, which framed the entrance of the shop in a way that I liked. So I liked the frame and I liked the composition, because if you look closely, there's two people in the frame, but you can see that they're people, but you can't tell who they are. There's a guy in a shop that would be the left of the image. You can just see his back. And then in front of the shop, if you look closely, there's a lady who's wearing a chitenge. And that's all you see, just like her legs. You can't see her legs, but you can see that there's someone who's seated in front of the shop, and because you can see that chitenge. And so I like that. I like the fact that you can tell that there are these two people, but you have no idea who they are. You can't really see them. And I think that the composition, that particular composition, at least for me, makes it special. That it adds some mystery to the image, and that's why it's one of my favorites at the moment. My other photo, which would be the fourth one that I like at the moment, is one that I took of my boys. I've been doing this thing at home where I've been documenting our life at home. And on this particular occasion, I was taking the boys to school. So they got in the car, and they're tired of me because I'm always pointing them the camera in their faces, taking pictures of them. So they were seated in the back, and I took a photo of them. And I like this particular one because they're not looking straight into the camera. They're not looking to the lens. My older son, one seems to be looking to the side, not interested at all in what's happening, like with this camera in front of him. And then my youngest son, Nsako, he's playing on the phone. He's obviously was playing some game on the phone, and you can tell he's got this expression on his face, like, what did I just do? But he's not happy with what has happened on the phone. But yeah, it's not staged. It's not. There's a realness to that particular moment. When I took that image that I like, there are others that I've taken of them where you can clearly tell that they're looking into the camera, or they know that the camera is there. But with this particular one, when you look at the photo, it's like the camera wasn't even there. And those are the images that I like, when the subject or the person that you're taking a photo of is not, I don't think aware is the word. It's like they're not paying attention to the camera. Yeah. And with this particular one, I think I got it just right with the boys. And my fifth one is an image that I call the fig tree. Why do I like this one? Well, this particular one, my main reasons would be, it's got some nice vibrant colors. It's my mother-in-law has a farm in Kembe, so I'd usually go to the farm and back. And of course, if you know where Kembe is, if you're coming from Lusaka, that would be Great North Road. There's a famous spot on Great North Road. I believe it's called the Fig Tree. They make some delicious pies, man. Probably the best pies in the country. So usually we stop over by the Fig Tree, get yourself a pie and a Coca-Cola, and just sit down by the table and just enjoy the snack. On this particular occasion, got there, of course, got the famous fig tree pies and a Coca-Cola. And after I'd finished, I got up, and as I was walking to the car, I think I was trying to throw the plastic bottle in the bin. And then I looked at the table where I was seated, and I was like, man, there's a Coca-Cola sign that was painted on the wall. And then there was a table and I think 2 chairs, and just the colors on the wall and the table. And I had my camera with me. I always try and have my camera with me, and I took a picture of it. And I like the what's the word? There's a word I'm looking for. I can't find it. I like the, not contrast, but the colors and the texture. That's what I was looking for. I like the texture of the image. So I would say at the moment, like I said, those 5 images are images that I'm feeling at the moment.